Microsoft has announced that Sea of Thieves is coming to Steam. Now, in theory, that, I guess, would be the end of the story. But there's a much bigger story going on here than it might seem at first, okay? So it's a big enough deal that Sea of Thieves would be coming to Steam, particularly. Maybe you don't know that Valve and Microsoft have not been the best of friends. Let's remember that Microsoft has gone through several long periods of time where they were actively trying to compete with Steam, right? It's funny because when people talk about PC as a platform, and the fact that Microsoft, they own the Windows platform, they own the PC platform in theory, but they don't. Valve owns the PC platform in reality, right? There's maybe a single digit number of people that have a PC and purchase games, play games consistently and often, and consistently do not purchase them on Steam. It's pretty rare, right? Particularly before the Epic Store. It's pretty rare. Well, Microsoft has not been pleased traditionally that their platform, that there's this middleman that got in between them and their customers and has been completely controlling the PC gaming marketplace. So they've had their little bouts of trying to have games for Windows Live, trying to have the Microsoft Store, trying to have all these different things to try to get those people onto their store rather than Steam. But it's about time that they gave up on that, and it looks like they have with Sea of Thieves. But the timing of this is very interesting. Right? We're very, very, very close. We've already had, obviously, a big rundown of the Xbox Series X. We know most of the details about it. Some of them leaked, some of them were announced officially, but we're getting pretty close to finding out what the actual launch titles are going to be. Right? What the actual, here we go, these are the games that are going to be coming out, and Microsoft have backed themselves into a bit of a corner in terms of a whole bunch of Xbox One and Xbox X games are going to be supported by this new console. They've already said that. They've already talked about all their cross-platform stuff, all of their backwards compatible stuff. That's fine. But remember, here comes Google, here comes Amazon, and all the console manufacturers are circling the wagons, right? Obviously, Microsoft and Nintendo, they've been working for a while. They've been best friends. But, Sony was the odd one out. Well, Microsoft and Sony had that little announcement last year about how Sony was going to be using Microsoft services for their, upcoming streaming platform. They're going to be, they have to be partners, right? As much as Sony would like to pretend that, who are they going to partner with? They're not going to partner with Google. They're not going to partner with Amazon. I guess they could, but they don't want to because Amazon is right there on the horizon with their own gaming platform. And let us recall, all of the promotion that all of these companies do is run through Google and Amazon services. It's run through YouTube. It's run through Twitch, right? So if YouTube or Twitch had a viable gaming service that they were connected to, it's bad. But Steam has its own competitor, as we know, the Epic Game Store. And I think it's interesting that Microsoft would do this Sea of Thieves partnership with Steam and not with Epic. What difference does it make to Microsoft, whether they're with Steam or with Epic? Well, the difference is belied by the same reason that Horizon Zero Dawn came to Steam. Right? It's the number of customers, but also the fact that Steam is a known quantity, better the devil you know kind of thing. They all know Steam. When there have been console exclusives in the past, they come to Steam as well, right? And Steam didn't used to have competitors, even when Microsoft was trying to compete, even when EA was trying to compete, they didn't really have competitors. The most important thing about this Sea of Thieves announcement, that's interesting. The fact that Horizon Zero Dawn and Sea of Thieves, they're all coming in the same period of time. I think on the next generation of consoles, we'll start to see all of them having more of a literal partnership with the Steam platform. The one outlier maybe being Nintendo, but I wonder. It makes you wonder if Nintendo's going to announce something for Steam. But the most important part of this Sea of Thieves announcement is that they made a little link. You can wish list Sea of Thieves on Steam. They did that as part of the announcement. And if you scroll down the page, right there, it says cross-platform multiplayer. Right? Now, this is what we were just talking about with Epic, right? This is Epic has been the main champion of cross-platform multiplayer in all its forms, both through Fortnite and through Rocket League. Those right there, those are two of the huge games that made cross-platform multiplayer necessary. Well, it was never necessary, strictly speaking, but you know what I mean? Those were two of the big games pushing it forward. And Microsoft could be with Minecraft, but they're not so much. Anyway, that's another thing. I wonder if Microsoft's going to start teaming up with Steam. I wonder if Minecraft is going to come to Steam. And if Minecraft did come to Steam, I wonder where it would land in the top 50. It might have a pretty big impact, or it might not have an impact. We don't really know. We don't really know the sales numbers for Minecraft. I'm getting ahead of myself. The big question remaining here is Microsoft has their Game Pass going on. They have a PC only, or they have the PC Game Pass. They have the console Game Pass. They have the two of them combined. Sea of Thieves is one of the games that's been available. You can get it for PC through Microsoft's channels. Here it comes to Steam. Will you be able to play this Steam version of the game if you're a Game Pass subscriber? And will this version of the game be in parity with the other one? I don't know. There's very few details. Really, the announcement was just a single tweet and a Steam store page for Sea of Thieves. But it's a big deal, and I think that it speaks to even bigger future potential deals coming down the road. So, Sony does not have a product like Sea of Thieves. They don't have a big multiplayer bonanza the way that Sea of Thieves is, the way that Gears of War and Halo will be and are. Unless you think of, I didn't get the sense that Uncharted or Last of Us multiplayer really set the world on fire the way that Gears of War traditionally set the world on fire. But with Horizon Zero Dawn, and Death Stranding, of course, it would be pretty weird if Sony never brought out any other titles to Steam. I think that would be stranger at this point than if they brought something new. And with Microsoft bringing Sea of Thieves, are we going to see Forza? Are we going to see the new Halo? Are we going to see other games like that? Does this open the door? They've done Ori in the past, but that always felt like a little bit of a Microsoft in name only sort of deal, respectfully. Ori is in a different category than Rare, right? Than I forget the name of the studio that does Forza, actually. There's been rumors flying around that there's a Fable game in development. Is that coming to Steam? Might be a big hit. I don't know. And I think that we're beginning to see the industry take we're seeing the lines being drawn here, right? Between Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, and Steam, and Google, Amazon, and kind of seems like maybe Epic on the other side. It's almost like gaming as we've known it versus the entities coming in and trying to really shake things up. Epic in a different way than Google, but Epic is shaking stuff up. And if you read Tim Sweeney, if you listen to him talk, he certainly has a lot of he has a lot to say about the state of the industry and the state that he believes it should be in. And it's not all. I agree with him on a lot of it. I certainly agree with developers getting more money, generally. And on that note, if this is the battle line, the consoles and Steam and the others, I would appreciate it if us over on this side, the traditional gaming side, started to be a little bit louder with our inclusion of itch. Do you know what I mean? I love itch as a platform. I could go on a giant rant about itch. A good rant, a happy rant about itch. And I would love to see itch get included in that group, but who knows? You know, the day that itch is included, the day that itch is put right there next to Steam on the list of, you know, the services that gamers love, probably that'll be the day that Five Nights at Freddy's is considered rightfully one of the indie game all-stars, by which I mean it seems maybe unlikely, but deserved. Anyway, see you tomorrow.